Yes, you're seeing the water rise slowly, Jake, and it's been rising slowly over the last several hours. What Chad was talking about right there is just where it overflowed some areas as it came up and rushed down into Brooklyn Boulevard. That's 5.5 feet, as Chad was saying. You know, they've been predicting as much as 6 feet of storm surge, but there were mandatory evacuations for some 600,000 people in Miami-Dade County, Jake. And those 600,000 people were told to evacuate because of fears of storm surge. It's not the wind. You hide from the wind, you run from the water, because there's nothing you can do. Once the water starts coming, you know, if you live in one of the bottom floors, the water is going to come in to your apartment. If you live on the higher floors, you won't be able to get out, and the first responders won't be able to get to you. Hopefully, again, most people did listen to those warnings and did evacuate. Some of the biggest evacuations this county has ever seen. People sheltering now inland, hopefully not heading to Tampa to shelter, because that's a whole other world of problems that you're going to get in the next few hours right now. But it is remarkable that all this has happened, Jake, even though the eye of this storm did not hit Miami. They've been concerned about that. This storm moved west, heading for Fort Myers and Tampa. Not the worst of the storm, but we still damage that this huge, wide storm has caused and is still causing, Jim.
All right, let me go back to Kayla, who's in.
Fire department. They said that as far as massive flooding, that is not something that they have experienced as of yet. But as Chad pointed out, the stronger winds still have yet to come. When my producer, Tristan Smith, went over to the beach to check out the storm surge, he didn't see all that much. That the beach looked like it had been beat up, but we didn't see the massive 5-foot, 10-foot storm surge that was predicted. So, you know, what we are seeing and experiencing here right now is generally more wind. There was just a tweet by the police department asking people to remain inside because of the severity of the winds. And I also want to tell people who are watching this is that this is not the worst area to stand in. If you walk through some of the city streets, through the commercial districts of Miami Beach, the wind there is unbelievable. It has created wind tunnels because of the buildings. And that's where a lot of people, some of the people who live in high-rises, live. People who have chosen not to heed the mandatory evacuation order. It's much worse over there. So it's far more dangerous in the commercial Miami Beach district, and so that's why you're hearing so many, why you're seeing so many tweets from the police as far as the fire to please stay inside.
All right, Kayla, in Miami Beach, where the winds are horrific right now and projectiles are a real risk. John Berman.
It is above the water right now. It's not above the water. Now it's a foot underwater. So you can see the where the water has creeped up. Those jet skis, they're attached also to a dock where the water is lapping over right now. We actually have seen a dock detach off into the bay here. So that's what we've seen in terms of the water. As far as the wind, Jake, this is as strong as I've seen. I mean, the wind has not blown like this yet here in Miami. And Chad says we're going to see another 10 to 15 miles an hour over the next couple hours. That's going to be pretty strong. And again, remarkable given that the worst of the storm didn't even hit here, Jake.
And John, we know Kayla is covering the storm from the hotel. I mean, she's right outside the hotel, but she's staying in that hotel, and that is where she can get to safety at a moment's notice if need be. What about you? People at home are watching and they're wondering about you. How quickly can you get out of there, and how quickly can you get to a safe place?
Talking about my mom and dad, who are both watching right now, we have cars parked around the corner on slightly higher ground. This water get much closer, we will simply pick up our stuff. Our hotel is a block away. We have another safe location to